Hey everybody, welcome to tonight's pour. Now tonight's pour is going to be the very first pour of the new year. Today is the first day of 2025. Whew. So January 1, so I came down to the studio to do a resin piece that I have dry and ready to go. I will do that after this. I'm not going to have a video on it. I kind of, after it, I painted it and it turned out awesome. Actually, let me show you before I resin it. But I didn't do a video on this because I just wasn't feeling like doing one. And then now I wish I would have. But this is the one that I did. And it hasn't resined yet. So this is what I've got. And I kind of wish I would have done a video on that. But it was a 3 or 4 step process because I painted it, and then I actually put this in the center, and then poured the red, yellow, and orange around it, and then blew it out for the fire, and lifted it up, and then after it dried, I put in the planets, which I use these two cups, cut the bottom off. And then you set it on there and you put the paint in, and I blow it around with a straw. And then I took a toothbrush. I don't think I have it in here. Yeah. I take a toothbrush. Everybody knows what a toothbrush looks like. I dip it in some white paint and then just flick it like that to create the stars. And then I touched up around the planets. Just because I wanted to try to get them as round as possible. But anyway, so I'm going to be resin that one tonight. So what we're going to do tonight is a car painting. Now I did a car painting last night, but it's still wet and not ready to even resin yet. I also didn't video that one. So I'm kind of slowing down on doing a video on every car I do. And then there before Christmas, I was doing a lot of what I call repeat paintings, like Mario's, Sonic the Hedgehog's, turtle ones, dragon ones, all these ones I've done before, and I just don't video every one of them because there's already a video out about how to paint that one. So I kind of got out of the habit of videoing and just coming in and painting. So I thought, well, I better stop doing that and do a few more videos. So the one we're going to do tonight is actually an Aston Martin. So we're going to do this one. Look at that. Kind of a sporty one. So I was trying to think, well, what can I do for it? And so I think I'm going to go with a silver, and then we're going to have some red in it. I'm trying to decide if I want to do like a silver or a red. I don't know if I want to do a red and black because I like the red and black, and then silver coming out the back, or do a silver and black with some red coming out, or a silver and red with black coming out. So I haven't decided yet. I guess we'll find out when I start mixing the paints. I'll make that decision. Because usually I've already mixed the paints and got the base paint on the canvas before we start, and I didn't do that tonight. I just started filming because I thought I better start filming or I'll forget and just paint, which I've done before. So when we get back, I'll have figured out what we're going to do. All right, so I have decided with silver with some black in it. So I've made my silver and poured some black in with it, and we're going to do, instead of just putting the base down, I'm going to start it by trying to do a pour across all of it. May not have enough. Oh, I dropped that. It's uneven over there. So we're gonna kind of tip it and run it a little bit. Try to cover this up. Get that side done. This way. Get that corner. Kind of cover up some of these spots that don't have paint. Got all these paper towels that are halfway got dried paint on them. Try to use some of these up a little bit before I throw them all away eventually. All right, so we'll give it a torch. So then we're going to have our red just right down there. I think we need some black in there. All right, so we'll have the car right there. So the bubbles popped. Should we do a flamey look to it? All right. So I've decided we're going to do a flamey look to it. Let me pull a chair up. Just a little bit. I think that's about all I'm going to do to it. I didn't want a whole lot. So then we'll have the car. Put it right there. I think that'll look good. All right, so we have, this is dried and we have it taped on the back. I wrote Aston Martin on there because that's the car. I've noticed that a lot of people ask me what kind of car the painting is, and I can't remember. I'm not real good at recognizing those things right offhand. So it's a 10 by 20 canvas using 7 ounces of epoxy resin. Promise epoxy. Promise epoxy is the brand I'm using. I find it on Amazon. Of course, I get it in a 2-gallon kit. So I do go through quite a bit of this, so I need a good size kit. But the kit does last me a little while. I do get a number of paintings out of it. So, and that's what we want. Oh, so I cleaned off my table finally. It was getting a little a lot of buildup of resin that has dripped off of painting. It's got onto my little cardboard cores, I call them here. So I cleaned it off. And what I've noticed is when I start new with these, especially it scoots these around quite easily until some resin gets built up around there to hold it more in place. So that's why it's been a little scoochy, I guess you could say. Alrighty. So let me get my torch. I see a spot where I missed to put resin on a little bit. We're going to add it right there. Glad I saw that, because that's One thing I hate is missing a little spot. It's usually on the ends. We have our car. We're going to set it right in there. I like that. Awesome. I like how that looks. So, let me know what you think. Leave a comment. Hit the like button if you like this one. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Then, as always, thanks for watching.